think a lot of governments are already talking about making a requirement for entry into the country. The Australian Prime Minister has said that either people are going to have to be vaccinated to leave and enter the country or go into 14 days hotel quarantine. And some of our states are saying that they probably won't allow the quarantine option. So it is probably going to be a requirement from governments. And that's not unusual, as we know with yellow fever and polio. Some countries have required that as a condition of entry. We've all had the WHO yellow books for a while. This is probably going to go digital. And IATA is getting itself ready with a digital travel pass that allows for the verification of vaccines and making sure people have a common system around the globe to get used to that. We're going to have to make exceptions for people that have medical conditions where they can't get vaccinated. That's clear. So the detail is going to be always worked through. But then secondly, I think, even if governments weren't to require it, Qantas is regarded as the safest airline in the world. We take that pride in that position. And I think we have a duty of care to our people and to our passengers. And we want to make sure that we're doing everything to ensure their health and safety. And I think there's going to be an important factor on that. And thirdly, when we do market research on it, 89% of our customers saying they think it's an important requirement and fully support it. And I think lastly, I think it's very keen for us to re-energize air travel and bring confidence back to it. And we know an airline cabin is the safest form of transport. There's a lot of protections there. But again, when you do the research and bringing confidence, particularly for long-haul travel back, having a vaccinated cabin where everybody knows everybody else has been vaccinated is actually a big step towards improving confidence and getting people to travel again. And we think also that that's very important. So absolutely, we believe it's probably the way governments are going to go. It's going to be the way countries are going to go. But even if that wasn't the case, I think there's a big case for airlines for the health and safety of its people and for re-establishing the industry. Some people would rather do a track and tracing or do a testing regime that would be there and think that's the way through it. That's not going to work in Australia because the government has just about eliminated it, and it's either going to be 14 days in hotel quarantine. Testing is not going to reduce that. The Prime Minister here said that last night. So I think vaccination is the only way for us working. But some countries are in a different position. I can understand it. But I've also had other CEOs are saying it's good that Qantas came out there on it and they fully support it, and they're probably going to introduce the same rules. And there's some that will say they think it's a sensible position, but they're going to be relying on the government implementing it and then follow the government rules. So you've got a variation of people with different views out there. I think we've just been honest about it, been forthright about it. That's what you think you're doing when you're the safest airline in the world. You actually talk about why you're promoting that, why that's important. And I think it enhances our brand and our position. And I have no problems with going out there and saying it.